Hello and welcome back to the Nordic Takedown podcast. You're listening to episode 86, and today we have a special one. Of course, we've been covering PQs, so that's going to be the topic of today. But we have the honor of having our winner, Filip, with us. Welcome, Filip.
Hey guys, good to be here.
Yeah, it's amazing that we finally have you on. You've been kind of a name that's been mentioned here and there, doing well in tournaments, but great to have you on for the first time. But I'm not alone, picking your brain. Of course, I have Jason with me. Welcome, Jason.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm doing really good and excited to talk to you guys about the Skövde PQ.
Yeah, that was
Gonna be
good.
fun.
Very good event.
I guess we don't really have to do the Cantina catch-up this episode because we all attended. So I guess that's what we've been doing when it comes to stars. So maybe let's just start off before like giving you all the details about the tournament, getting to know you, Filip, a little bit, since maybe some of our listeners don't know you. So I think the question we always start off with is like, how did you find Stars Unlimited? Did you play trading card games before? Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, so I've played trading card games in kind of two phases of my life. When I was a teenager, and then I played the Dragon Ball collectible card game for a while, and then college started and other stuff, and then there was a bit of a break, and then I actually continued my journey with board games. So when I came to Sweden, I found a really fun group at work of that like to play board games. Started with that a bit, and then through that I actually thought, okay, I remember those good old days, when I was slamming cards down on the table, and started looking around what's available. I remembered Magic. I remembered like some of these other games, but what really caught my eye is Game of Thrones LCG, which is how I met, I would say, a good portion of the society that we have here, or community in Sweden. There's actually a lot of people that have a history with that game.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, you have Victor, you have Jakob Hultman, who are all either in the moose pack or one of the OG, let's call them like that, in the Nordic takedown. So there's a lot of people from that game, and then from that one I actually moved over, betraying the guys, in a true Lannister way, to go over to the Legend of the Five Rings LCG, which was like the new hotness. And what's better than Game of Thrones? It of course has to be fantasy samurai. What else can be better, right? So I played that game until it unfortunately died due to COVID. It was cancelled. So both FFG games, and that's kind of, I understand people giving FFG bad cred about how they're dealing with their games, etc. Right? So, and then because of COVID, that died, and I found a new hobby, which was painting miniatures. And then I was like, okay, but what about miniatures and cards? So I found another game which is called Warhammer Underworlds, which is kind of like a LCG-esque type of game, but from Games Workshop. So I played that one for a while, and it's still alive and kicking, and it's a fun game. We have a nice community for it here in Stockholm as well. But I got like some of the commercials on Facebook and on other social media that there's like this new fun thing that's coming, and it's got Star Wars, and I like Star Wars, so I was like, okay, let's take a bit of a deeper look. And the more that I started looking into it, and then I found the Take the Initiative League, which was already like, ahead of the release, running the tournaments and stuff. So I was like, okay, these guys are playing. How does this game work?
I didn't know that you played. Maybe we played in the same season.
No, I didn't actually play
Okay.
in the Take the Initiative League, but that's what got me kind of interested in the game, right? Because
Yeah.
you were able to see the gameplay before actually
Yeah.
getting a hold of anything physical, right? So that got me kind of tagged for the game, and I contacted Alpha Spel here in Stockholm that said that they are going to be carrying the game, about the pre-release and when it's happening and so on. And then they said, yeah, I mean, we are going to have a pre-release, and if you want, you can help host it. So I got in on that, and that's how the never-ending partnership of me and Nicola started, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he was the other one that was interested in holding the pre-release, so we did it together actually, and
Cool.
started from there.
Nice. A bromance that keeps on giving.
Yeah, the two Stooges, I think, more than anything else. Looking for the third one, I guess.
Nice. So you kind of spoiled it there. You play locally in Stockholm. How is that like?
Yeah, it's actually pretty great. We have a solid community here. We are around, I would say, 15 to 20 people on weeklies. We run a league.
Cool.
So it's basically, I think it runs for 15-ish weeks. And then we have a tournament for the top 8 players.
Yeah.
And then we have a best of the rest for the ones that didn't make top 8.
Yeah.
So it's kind of in the similar cadence to what the sets are releasing in. So
Cool.
it's pretty nice. Everybody's pretty friendly. There's no, you hear from other card games that they're like not the best people or not the best behavior at least.
Yeah.
But we really have none of that, and we're really happy with our community. And I guess I really need to shout out the man that's holding all of this together. That's Christopher Lashmodin. He is our rock. That guy is giving it his all to keep this thing running and in place and showing up every week, and running it. So yeah,
That's
big
really
thanks.
cool. Yeah. And his last name sounds like Asmodee.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's an inside agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool to hear. And I think I've noticed that you have a strong, kind of also a bit competitive minded community in Stockholm, because every time I attend tournaments in Sweden, there's always a couple of cars coming and ending up in the top 8.
Yeah, this time, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but it was a bit crazy how the top 8 looked like.
Yeah.
When it was announced, I was really happy like that we had such a great showing.
Yeah.
Someone did mention to me as well, we should have just had the tournament in Stockholm with the top 8 turned out.
Yeah, it was funny, but we were really happy. But I mean, of course, you have like all the known names, now. When we're commenting and stuff, like Niklas doesn't even need a surname anymore. Everybody knows that he's Niklas. When you make top 100 in the season 0, that's kind of puts you on the board, right? So
Yeah.
and then of course
really
we have Kevin, who is made a home for himself in Manatorsk there.
Yeah.
So this time I think I only managed to get to the top because he was sick and couldn't attend. Because otherwise it's always. Kevin shellacking me and kicking me out in the top cut there. But I think he was for all 3 Cantina Brawls now, the champion, if I remember correctly.
Is he won all 3 Cantina Brawls? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
At least the third one when I attended, I remember you two were in the final, right?
Yeah, we were in the final, and then the one before, we were in the semis, and then he won against Adam in the finals.
Oh, yeah.
But the first one, I don't remember, yeah.
Yeah, that brings us to the topic of Manatorsk. Skövde, first of all, thanks so much for being so accommodating with us from Nordic Takedown, streaming and everything. It was really nice being there.
Yeah.
And
they
as
did
always,
everything.
The venue and really great organization.
I mean, they did everything to help us kind of just make sure that we were at home, and we weren't sure if we'd get the camera down, and so they even brought in a camera arm, and made a computer, and they gave up their kitchen for the day so that Gustav can sit in there and do the streaming. And they just really made it hospitable. They paid for our lunch. So thank you
really
hugely to Manatorsk for a really, really well done, well planned event.
And a lot of people arrived. I think also comes to show kind of their strong, how do you say it, position in the Swedish Stars Unlimited community. They've been hosting a lot
I
of
would
tournaments.
say that they're definitely in the front as the evangelists of SU in Sweden. These guys are really giving it an arm and a leg, like what they're doing for this community, I think. So big thanks to Johannes and Johan there.
And we saw that.
I don't know, but before we go on, Matthias did a really good job on the judging side, I thought, as well. Seeing as he was the only judge with 67 players, and there was nothing, no issues, nothing of concern. He held the whole thing really well. So really, really great job.
He's got a lot of experience under his belt, and he's. I think a role model for everybody that's kind of aspiring to become a judge, I would say. Actually, I have a funny side note there when it comes to Matthias. He was actually asking me to be a floor judge in the tournament, right? And I told him, because I was the head judge for the Stockholm PQ, that I really wanted to play, but if it's going to be impossible for him, if there's like more than 80 people and so on, that then I can help out. And because I think usually they say like 40 people per judge kind of is the maximum that they should be able to handle. So if it was more than 80, that's like more than 2 of Matthias that he probably couldn't handle. And then in the start of the week, he contacted me. He said, I didn't find anybody else, but I started to get a bit sick. So he said, can you jump in as the head judge if this doesn't work out? And I told him, it's not a problem at all. And then on Thursday afternoon, he pinged me and told me, I'm good, you can play, don't worry. So it was a funny journey there, not knowing, will I be playing, will I be judging, what's going on, how many people are signing up, following like the situation. So it's but for sure Matthias, I think, definitely the most experienced judge in Sweden, probably all of the Nordics as well.
I think so. So 67 players, which meant we had 7 rounds, so it was a long day. And I didn't see any like leader breakdown. I don't know if you guys saw, but there were a lot of to-dos.
I actually have a leader breakdown in front of me.
Oh, cool!
I do have the stats from the weekend. Are we interested?
Yes.
I mean, seeing as you brought it up, I think we're all interested. Well, in terms of the Han solo, we had 13 players playing Han 2, split between ECL and Force Base. Then we had 6 Mother Talzins, 4 Anakin Skywalkers, 4 Darth Vaders, 4 Thrawns, and 4 Yodas. Then we have 3 Cad Banes, 3 Gar Saxons, 2 Han 1s. Wow. But maybe, hang on, wait, have I just got the all? Yeah, no, I am seeing the right stats here.
Yeah.
No, it was 1 Han 1 Blue Force and me on green. So Pasi from Eskilstuna was on the Blue Force.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we have 2 Iden Versos, 2 Palpatines, 2 Kiras, 2 Kazudas, 2 Sabines, 2 Kylos, and then 1 of a whole load of other leaders there.
I think except for the Han 2, it's a pretty good spread of the rest of the field, I would say.
And I think it's always bound to be a few that are more popular, right? So I think it's really cool to see that we have a lot of players in the Scandinavian community that kind of have their signature deck. Like when you hear, okay, there were two Palpatines, you know, okay, it's Kostas from Norway and it's Magnus from Always Tell Me the Odds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I like that part also, that people have kind of found their style.
Yeah.
Merging with the leader, yeah.
And you can take, if you really, really like Elite, you can take it and play with it confidently and not feel like you're going to be completely the only deck that is different from what everyone else is playing.
Yeah.
There was a Lando Calrissian. Someone took Lando.
Yeah, I played him actually. Local player.
Local player.
He got a couple of wins.
Yeah.
And
he
also
was actually really happy with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he played that one because he had he pulled a showcase for it. So I think that's why he played that.
There's also a cool aggro deck, like just going really fast on the ground with like blasters, Cassians, and
get the big Falcon out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. There was a really nice. Only one Boba Fett as well.
Yeah.
That was, I guess, the biggest surprise for me was like that Boba has went into so much decline. Like I know that like people are still supposed to be playing that deck. I don't think that it's as bad as kind of the stats are showing in this tournament per se. Like because they are also adapting and changing the deck a bit, etc. But one sounds really low.
Yeah. Sindre, our local Boba player from Norway, he was there, but he was taking care of his child while his I don't know if it's a wife or just
partner,
spouse. No, is that also married?
Yeah, that's also married. Yeah,
that's also married.
Partner.
Yeah. Was playing Anakin. Yeah. So
the couple that came down. Yeah, chatted to them, Joe. Really, really cool. They just alternate competitions.
That's cool.
And travel together, which is really great.
Probably looking forward to when the kid is old enough so they can all play.
Yeah, exactly. The split for Han Solo was it was 8 on Blue Force and 5 on ECL as well. Yeah,
surprisingly many on ECL.
Exactly,
probably because of the swoop racers getting second and third in.
I did face 2 of them in a row with very different results. The ECL ones.
So maybe that's a good segue to how it went for you, Jason.
Yeah. Well, I was one of the 4 people who took a Thrawn deck, Grand Admiral Thrawn, because that is another popular deck that happened, and I was one of the 3 that paired that with Data Vault, because I had the deck pretty much put together, and then I was like, okay, I can take this, or I can take Admiral Akbar with Data Vault. And even though I really enjoy Admiral Akbar, I thought, well, actually, Thrawn, I haven't played this in a big competition yet, and I really enjoy this. I've been started with red. I tried a bit of yellow, but Data Vault, actually, I really enjoy some of the control, kind of soft control, that other way of playing with control that you get with Thrawn. And I had a fun mirror match on that I'll explain in a little bit. So, I started off with a very, very tight win, a 1-0 win. We went to time on game 2. I was really nervous because it was kind of, the guy was in the lead, and I was just like trying to hold him off and heal up a little bit with a couple of the restores. But that first game, I went down to 32 damage on my base, and I held on to come back and take the win with that as well. Really, really nervous game.
Yeah, you played Jimmy. I know he sat next to me because Adam was sitting next to you in that first game. I remember. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so it was like, went to time. I was like, okay, man, I'm exhausted now. I've got to go into another game after that one. But Jimmy from Stockholm. He's like a super nice guy as well. And I was kept on thinking, should I just fold and go for game 2? Should I quit? And I was like, no, I'm going to push on because I'm pretty sure I can stabilize here and pull it back. Then I went on to play an Asajj red, started Tarkin Town, which I should have won game 2, and I ended up losing 2-1. Really fast deck, and game 3 I drew into game 3 I drew into no turn 1 drops, and I was just behind as well. Game 3 I beat a hand to ECL. Game 4 I lost against a hand ACL, but I played against Mikkel from Kalmar, who is a very good player. Super nice guy. Bongas's friend. And now the game that I want to talk about that was huge, that I got absolutely destroyed about, but this deck was really fun. It was a double yellow Kazuda with the 27 health base where you choose
about village, yeah.
Yeah. I had no answer to that, and he just walked over me in 4 turns, the same move every single time, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna go.
What was the move?
Coffee now. He kind of brought out 2/1 drops and then the hauler. And every time I'm just trying to find stuff to deal with this stuff, and then he next turn he drops a cunning and pushes something of mine back to hand that could have done some damage. Then
that's Arash from Stockholm. He's
Arash
actually won Store Showdown with that deck here recently. So he's knows how to play that deck. That's the least I can say.
Yeah, I would say so. And then +4 Kazuda out, 11 damage, and then just finishes me off. Exactly the same thing happened at the game 2, and I was thinking, how can you draw exactly the same cards both times? It was disgusting.
I guess that's where the village comes in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So he did really well there. And then I beat local Lucas, with on Manatorsk, and I finished off with a Thrawn mirror match on a red, which I quite enjoyed that because I drew up all 3 games. I drew up all of my no glories, and I kept on using Christopher Ober, who's another local Skövde player. I just kept on using his when defeated Vex myself and just putting in everything, and it was a little bit unfair, it felt like, but I could kind of control that one as well. But I'm actually really pleased because I could go through my whole run now and think this is probably the best I've done in a tournament. I went 4-3, one more win. I could have actually gone, that's the really 4-3s. There was a difference between, I think, 13th place and 30th. Or 32 as well. So I'm super chuffed with actually how everything went on the day. I was exhausted. Not, I'm doing this diet thing, which some of you guys know about, where I'm just drinking shakes and calorie and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I'm just focusing on the game. But yeah, super happy that we went so well.
Congrats, Jason. It sounds like you had a lot of fun along the way as well.
Yeah, no, I really, really did this time. And just seeing so many faces, so many people, and coming along that we, the Atmos guys, they always tell me the odds. They came up, and it was just a really, really good experience to be there at the event. That was my run,
and great results. A lot worse. So I guess also first time you're doing way better than me.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand. A lot of people that I've been talking to, so I did 3-4, 2-5, something like again. I did 4-3. What happened?
Let's go. Yeah.
Did everyone forget how to play? No, I'm joking.
No, I think I had a combination of being a bit unlucky and facing 2 really good players in the first 2 rounds. First off, Jakob Wollman on Thousand Yellow. He was clearly way more prepared in that matchup. Like I had played it in Oslo, but probably not the exact same list. And we had a kind of tight game, both games. He started off a bit more aggressive. I kind of stabilized around 6 with Anakin's, but then I think both games I got Vader ambushed with Shin Flurry. So I lost 2 and kind of from then just on the back foot trying to stabilize and slowly but surely dying because he has more units than me. Yeah, but that was deserved. Second game, I played a Stockholm player. Is it Oliver on the yellow Snoke?
Yeah. Oliver, yeah.
And that was a very cool deck, kind of like yellow.
Vader.
No, I'm thinking more from set
Tarkin.
1. Tarkin, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of kind of the space aggro of yellow Tarkin because it played a lot of space units, but also some more heavy hitters, and it had the benefit of the leader actually being a big threat. Like Tarkin is just a 2/7, but Snoke hits for 5 if it buffs himself.
And also he doesn't care about any traits, only that they're villainy, right? So
that was really cool. I hadn't seen that deck before, so also some innovation. Lost 2-0, got barrage, wiped both games. I kind of did the mistake of entrenching his unit, and then he got the huge barrage. So I had myself to thank.
I still remember, so in the finals of the Stockholm PQ there, it was Oliver versus Caleb. So it was a similar situation there where, unfortunately, I think Caleb was on Yoda, on Yoda Red, and Oliver was on the Vader with the yellow. And it was a similar thing where an entrench hit, I think it was a clone combat squad.
Yeah.
And then Caleb was like praying that there's nothing on the other side, and then the world's biggest barrage, hits and clears everything. So
that was awful. So I started the day 0-2 and was kind of like, okay, we will have 1 or maybe 2 5-2s getting in, and when you start with 2 losses, your tiebreakers are not going to be good. So I kind of lost some motivation there, and just played kind of to be nice to my opponents, try to give them a better win percentage. But I had fun. Played a lot of different decks, a lot of blue, red. I saw around. I played 2 Anakins. Both went to time, sadly. So that's where my 2 draws. And then also played a How to Mirror against Kenneth. Really good Norwegian player. Lost. He was just better, I guess. And won against the what's it called? The one we just talked about, Lando. And another Stockholm player on Kylo Yellow. He was a really nice guy. I don't remember his name.
Kylo Yellow Matthias. It's got to be Matthias.
A really stylish guy with cool glasses.
He's the one that likes to deck build a lot and bring all the spice all the time.
Yeah. I can
he also got a bit unfortunate with his pairings, I think, because he was either playing like usually space aggro or the control matchups, and then it's like, oh, I flip Kylo, I snapshot, okay, rivals fall. He was hoping to get more like the mid-range matchups, so it didn't really end up falling into his favor when it comes to the matchups.
It was fun. We sat down and we by then had pretty bad records, both of us, and we were like, no luck today. And then game 1, I get no turn 1 play as Han, and then game 2, he gets no turn 1 play, even with the draw from Kylo. So it was just so silly. Like, we were both complaining about being unlucky, and then
the force was not with any of you, it seems like.
But we had fun.
So
that was good.
That's cool.
Yeah. So overall, didn't go that well for me, but I played, I don't know if I mentioned, I played Han 2 Blue. That was fun being back on that deck. Hadn't really played it at any event since set 2. But feels...
Because you played that at the Malmö Game Week last year, didn't you?
Yes.
And I think I followed you down that road, because I played Han 1 at Malmö Game Week last year because I didn't know what to take, and you guys were talking about it, so I took it because you guys took it.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it at all since then myself. So good that you were back on the meta bandwagon, we can say.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't stray too far off, but I have played a lot locally with Han 1, and that's gonna bring us over to your deck choice, Filip.
Yeah, I would like to be, very spicy and say that this is something very new for me. But I think most people that know me and know what I've played until now know that Han 1 is the leader that I've been actually mostly using during my, let's call it, SWO career. So different colors now and then, you go and try something else, but green has been my favorite from set 1, and it was actually Jonah, I think you and Thork were the ones that kind of started that bandwagon. Because at that point, at set 1, cards were still pretty expensive, so I was playing mostly like with what I had opened and traded and so on and so on. So I was like on Sabine Yellow for a while there. But I got the Falcons, and guess who needs the Falcons? So it was kind of a transition to get the home ones, etc., and to build up a collection to be able to play Han 1 in set 1. And then the results kind of started coming as well. So
I don't think we would be sitting here, or I would be sitting here, if it wasn't for Han 1 Green.
Yeah.
That deck just was so fun when I started playing it on the Take the Initiative League. That made me actually do pretty well and end up in top cuts and whatnot. And then I kind of got into conversation and met Adam.
Yeah.
And then I played Han 1 Green when Adam and I attended the first store showdown of Scandinavia or something in Moss, which I won. It's a humble brag.
just put it in there.
Yeah, so
in case anyone forgot.
Thanks, Han 1.
Green, don't forget.
Yeah.
No, but and then of course there's another guy that I can't forget to mention when it comes to Han 1 Green. It's of course Gustav, or as my wife would call him, your late night lover from Gothenburg, because that's how I explained why I'm getting all of these messages at like 11 p.m. Because we were messaging like about the deck and talking about the choices and like what we're taking for store showdowns, etc. So because of Gustav's job, he's got like this more like late night activity, right? So that's when we were messaging, and like my phone, if it wasn't unmuted, like my wife would be hearing, like, why is the mobile playing all this time? And then I had to explain, there's another guy that plays like the same deck, and we have like very similar ideas, and we talk about this a lot. So it was really nice to finally, after so long, see him face to face. It's funny, but this is actually the first time that we met face to face in
No,
Skövde.
Really?
Yeah, because we've been kind of dodging each other. Like I went to Milan, he went to Lille for the last big tournaments, and then also he had some problems of coming to the Cantina Bros because of kid being sick, etc. So we kept missing each other like all the time. But finally, maybe next time, I told him we'll actually be able to play a match.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
Yeah, basically Han 1, as I said, different colors, but mostly green that I've played. I played in set 2 when Bobas started becoming more rampant. I had, because of the Bobas armor, it was basically impossible to play that matchup. Like it was, okay, I flip, I barrage, I put on armor, and your Han Solo that ambushes will die. Like literally, like it doesn't even like do anything; it just dies. So yeah, then I actually went on a swerve from that one, and it was Kylo from the second set with the yellow base. That's what I took to the first
playing PQ.
Yeah,
I remember.
Because there it was I remember you were there as well, and in the end what did you bring? You brought boba as well, right?
Yes.
You brought the boba green specifically. Now I remember. So it was funny because nobody was expecting that deck there.
Yeah.
And the deck was so fast, like people didn't know how to handle space, and you were triple dark raiding and armed to the teeth, and then raiders are doing crazy stuff. So in the end, it was very nice, like top 8 placement there, which was funny. I played Jonas there, I played Steve-O there, and in the end, all of us that were like the top 4 seeds lost to the bottom 4 seeds there.
Yeah.
That was like
That was a disaster.
that was
I
like a
remember.
really funny thing that happened. But I mean, we had fun. I think that's the most
Yeah.
important thing, and we started to build these connections that we have, which is also cool,
Yeah.
right? So, but after that, yeah, Han yellow for a while, and then in JTL, I actually didn't know what to play because I felt also kind of Han 1 is not the best position deck. So I liked the Han 2, but with the Data Vault. So I played
Yeah.
that for a while.
Were you
And
the one that put Gustav on that for Lil?
no, it was the other way around actually.
Yeah.
So I was still on the Han 1 there, and then he
Yeah.
told me, no, man, this deck is really fun. And we kept talking about it and about his, like how he built the deck and what he changed. And
Yeah.
then I saw some other people posting videos about it, and I was like, well, this is pretty fun. You can do like Blue Leader, magic on 4 resources, and you can get the crate out early as usual, and home one. It was a really fun deck to play. So, but now in Legends of the Force, with the Force Throw ban happening, I was like, okay, we gotta
It's
get
time.
into this. Yeah, we're back, baby. So I started with Data Vault, kind of to try to be in this more like mid-rangey strategy value, and getting like the looks and the malls and all of the casino
Yeah.
stuff online. But I just started to notice like that not getting the resupply hurts so much,
Yeah.
because this deck kind of, I wouldn't say lives and dies by the resupply, but if you have like a very low percentage on the day of drawing that damn resupply, you're not going to be having a good time for the
Yeah.
most part. And I would also say that in the current meta, it's not really the best position deck either, because there's so
Yeah.
many people main decking either the champs or the upgrade hate. So
Yeah.
you need to really have kind of the luck, and I think we'll get through this a bit when we go through the run that I had. So
Yeah. I guess entrench also can be a problem when you have these big spaceships.
yeah, exactly. And trench is the reason that I went with one bamboozle and one confiscate in the main,
Yeah.
because a lot of decks are just running the 2 bamboozles, but I noticed that I want to at least have the option of getting the confiscate, not like a high one, but that there's
Yeah.
at least a chance.
It feels a bit better to have some of those one-offs,
Yeah.
even though Jonas always hates me when I put them in the deck.
Yeah. Consistency matters.
Yeah.
Better one.
Oh well. Luck also matters.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna talk about how lucky I was, how much the force was with me that day,
Yeah.
because
So
even I can't believe.
how was Swiss for you?
Yeah, so Swiss started quite interesting. They announced the pairings, and I was just coming back from the bathroom, and there's a guy in a hat waving at me and all happy. I was like, really, Adam? Really, it's you in the first round? And he's like, yeah, come. We're sitting here. And then yeah, he sits, as we said, down next to Jason, and I sit down next to Jimmy, and we proceed to have a really fun set of 3 games, I would say. Um, so in the first game, I think uh, he didn't have the cham, and I resupplied, so it went quite well for me. And then I was like, okay, that's probably luck of that is gone, and I know like what Beton and Sip were running, so I knew that he was basically on the same deck. So then I knew that like, okay, he's got like a lot of more problems for me coming in, especially the damn scanners. So that's actually, there's this threat of that makes you play so
suboptimally.
Weirdly. Yeah. I got like almost a perfect starting hand, except that it had so much smuggle, because I think I even had a bamboozle or a confiscate, because I know what's going on. Like they're going for the Sabine Master PCCL line every time if they have it. And I think he kept his hand. So I was like, okay, he's got it. And then I'm like, okay, I have to mulligan just in case he has a scanner, maybe try to get something else. And then I got the waivers hand. So that game didn't really go that well. And in the last game, I think that's the one when he actually had the scanner. He played it on the flip, but missed. And it was really, really close. What turned it in Adam's favor was he got a PO out on the ship. So that's a 4-5. And I had, I think, Falcon. Yeah, I had the Falcon with Han Solo pilot.
Yeah.
And I had the surprise strike in hand, and that would bring him to 24. So if it was a Chewie that I put instead, like on that one, it would have been game for me. But unfortunately, I had to, try to durdle. But he had like so many units, so I was like, okay, I'll attack with this Falcon, and then I'll play a stolen hauler. And then I was hoping, okay, maybe he's gonna attack with that Poe, or he's gonna take the hauler or whatever, because I had another Falcon in hand. And then I'm like, okay, Adam, I play the Falcon. And he's like, I kill it with Poe. And I'm like, GG. And he's a good player. He's not gonna, miss what's going on. So that was close, but Adam was able to take it down. And you never like it when you start 0-1. Of course, you got a good player. So I told him, yeah, now you're going to keep bringing up my SOS, you bastard. I know what's going on. So keep doing it. Keep winning, Adam, now. So then I tried to, take the moment to collect myself before the next match, and try to kind of make a comeback from there. And then I played Andreas from Malmö. He was on the Gar Saxon ECL for the second game. I could really feel in the first game that I was not really in there. I was doing some, I would say, very bad plays, like not ambushing with the blue leader and then getting like overwhelming barraged and stuff, because I thought that if I do that he can do something else to that blue leader, and I needed it to survive. And I was doing like some suboptimal plays, but in the end, I don't even remember how, but I managed to win that first game. And in the second game, he got a really great start with an Aiden on a ship. I think it was an Inferno, and that Aiden just like, I didn't have a waylay or anything. It just like killed me in like 4 turns. So that was bad. Game 3, I think he tried the similar play, but I had the waylay, so he got heavily punished there, and I was able to kind of convert that into a victory there.
Nice.
So that was before lunch, I think, and then we went out for lunch to the pizzeria across the street, where everybody got their food except for me. So my pizza was arriving. They came to the table and they asked, "Did you order anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, we ordered together, all of us." And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make it very fast for you." I'm like, "Well, it's I don't know. We were starting like 1:30, and it was 25 or something like that." So they brought the pizza, and I told them, "Yeah, put it in a box. I'll bring it to Manatorsk and eat it when I have time." So I kind of ate like one slice of the pizza every round or something like that. It was quite interesting. But on the other hand, I guess it was also helpful, because you can get into these food comas, if you just stuff everything. So yeah, we started the third round, and I was against Danne from Gothenburg. First time meeting him as well. We've messaged also a bit via the Discord, and he's quite active in the Gothenburg community, taking over some of the organization roles from Gustav, etc. So we had quite fun 2 games, I think. He was playing Cat Bay in Tarkingtown. I was in the first game. I managed to start with the Obi-Wan, which is kind of before sideboard the ideal start that you want to have. And I think that I played quite well against or to prevent the no good to me dead on the Han flip turn or something like that, and then I was just able to burn him down there. And then on the second game I got Grogu scene from the sideboard, and I opened Grogu, and he very smartly didn't ping. Because then your 1 HP units kind of just free die to the Grogu. But I was able to convert that Grogu in the end into some really good plays there and to still come out on top. He didn't draw. I think he started drawing all of his, 1-drops in the later turns. And if I remember correctly, that Enfys kind of one-shotted the CAD on flip or something like that.
Oh.
So Enfys turned out, I think, to be pretty good card during the day. I was happy with the change that I made from one Han Solo ambush guy to the Enfys.
Okay. So is it because of shielded units that you like Enfys, or just to have more damage output?
Yeah, actually it's more to the high HP units and Snoke. Like Snoke is the real murder of this deck. This guy just like single-handedly stops your deck.
Yeah.
And to be able to, if you're lucky, one-shot him, that doesn't happen that often, but just like to be able to remove him from the board, you need either a waylay or you need to just kill him. So, and then also she can get very easily through like Anakin, both the unit and the leader. Quinlan, I didn't know if there's somebody going to be still on Quinlan, but he's just like a 3 damage dude there. So all of the 7 HP that the Han unit is kind of not the best positioned in to deal with.
Yeah, true.
There was 0 Quinlans.
That's a bit sad.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
Because in Bilbao there was a guy, I think he was just a few spots after Niklas there, that somebody from UK who's quite experienced at Quinlan. He converted it more into sort of a mega aggro deck with the 1-drops, the Greedos and stuff. Just like go face, go fast, and Tarkin Town their dude, kind of similar to the strategy that Cad Bane is doing these days. So that was done in round 3. Then I played Gustav. I think you met Gustav on the Asajj Tarkin Town, Jason.
Yes, no,
right?
I did. Yeah, very good player.
Yeah.
Really fun deck.
So Gustav, we went also to 3 games there. I think in the first game he just kind of, I wouldn't say fully surprised me, but just the speed of it fully surprised me. The plays that he was doing were maybe not as surprising, but just like how much the HP was getting away from my base is what surprised me.
And it's then like turn 3, turn 4, 15, 20 damage taken.
I feel like Cinta can be really good for that deck.
Oh yeah.
If they have like a scimitar with some damage on it, and you suddenly have +4 and grit and attack.
It's not that Asajj, it's a set 3 Asajj.
Oh,
the
so
yellow,
blue,
but also
yellow,
Tarkin
red.
Town.
Sorry,
it was yellow
red.
Tarkin Town, yellow red Tarkin Town.
Okay, yeah, because you can play the blue Asajj with Tarkin Town too.
Yeah, he was quite good on the deck. You can see that he is experienced with the deck. So I think game 2 I managed to control him, and game 3 the can that I got was just like sort of mega aggro. So I just was able to outrace him. It was very close, but there was some surprise striking for the win there, probably, or something like that, I think. Then I met Matthias on Han Solo 2 ECL.
I played him as well.
Yeah, he sat down and he told me like I am not really that experienced with the deck, but I told him, but you are on the same like 1 loss bracket as me, so it seems like it's going pretty well for you, right? So I think that he didn't have the Sabine masterpiece answers that Adam had, I think, and then also his scanners missed, I think, as well after sideboard. So I was able to take it down 2-0 there. And then I proceeded to go into probably the biggest smacking that I've had in a long time, which was against Caleb. So Caleb is such a great guy to play against. I love to play against him. Like we met in Alpha Spels, like when they had there were no store showdowns yet. They had like a opening tournament or something like that, and he was on IG11. If you can imagine what deck he was running. Yeah, and we had also a really good set of games there with me doing like a Fasibi on the Sabine yellow and getting like a 2 out of 4, and I needed 3 to kill him. Like it was like a really funny game. And
did he end up winning that tournament?
No, he lost to Tobias Lind. Yeah, okay. He lost in the finals there. But yeah, we've been playing like across all of this history, right, in different tournaments, of course. And sometimes he wins, sometimes I win, but it's always fun to play against him. But yeah, this smacking was really, like huge. So game 1, I opened like Falcon, he opened Grogu, and there was like a Chirrut, and then the Chirrut could never die because of the Grogu just moving the damage away from him all the time. And just like he was easily converted that Grogu into a victory. And then on the second game, I was like, okay, I have to do something like Hail Mary play with the hand that I got. And I was like, I had 2 Chewbacca's in hand and a Falcon. So I went Falcon, attack, put Chewie, confiscate. Okay, next round, put another Chewie, another confiscate, and the game was over.
Oh no!
So he got both of his confiscates from side. It was funny, but yeah, sometimes you will have games that end up like that, which was basically non-games. And I told Caleb, like, I like you, but I didn't like what you did to me there. Done me dirty, boy. So yeah. Then I had 2 losses, but I think my SOS was quite good at that point. So I knew that like if I go into the last one, I need to win it and then hope, that it's good enough, because from the calculator that we did during the lunch, 152 will make it, or maximum 2, depending on how the draws end up. And I got to play Magnus from Linköping. He was also on Garsaxen ECL. And then what basically happened to me versus Caleb kind of happened to him. He got like a mulligan into an Owen Large start in the game 1. It was like, it was disgusting. I couldn't believe that like the cards can line up in such a way. Complete catastrophe there. And then in the second game, he got like a bit better draw. He got to Vader me, but I think my space lane was just so hard that he couldn't still recover from it and deal enough damage in enough time. So I was able to take that one also 2-0. And then it was, the part where it's very nerve-wracking, where you have to wait until everybody's done and to know what's happened in the other games. And somehow all of the stars aligned with all the draws and all of the, because Adam and Emil had drawn the round before when Caleb and I decided to play. I looked at if we had the possibility to draw, and I told Caleb he had a very low SOS that he cannot he has to play basically. So we played, didn't want to end up, going into the last round, and you never know who you're going to meet. And it seems that both Emil and Adam met some really tough matchups. I think that Adam played Oliver, and he was not really ready for what his deck is doing because it's off meta deck. And then I think Emil met Johan Nilsson, who is also like a really talented control player. He's been like one of the what do you call it, poster boys of control here in Stockholm for a long time. And he's also one of those guys that's like he's gone for 3 to 5 months and he comes back and then it's a top 8 like every time. So yeah. he lost that one, so both of them lost, and I think this is kind of what secured me in the top 8.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at the top 8, I was a bit dejected because I saw like what's in the top 8, and I was like, except for team, I don't really have any great matchups. So yeah, it just started, kind of in a way that I got this red-blue heroism again with Yuan, who is also a great guy. So Yuan from Venema. We played in the Cantina Brawl 2 top 8 as well there. Got to meet him, and we had like really tight matches there, and it was a lot of fun. So we got into the top 8 here, and it proceeded to be a really strange match one. So I think it was on 4 resources that I wanted to resupply because I drew it then. But something really weird happened because he passed, And I was like, why the hell is he passing? Does he have Cham? Like, is that what he's waiting for? And later he admitted to me that he did have the Cham. But then I just claimed, and we went into the next round, and he was still waiting to see, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to do, like, hunt resource or whatever? But I just got in my damage from my... no, it was not my flyer. I had something on the ground because both of the games he started with the Padawan Starfighter, the space killer unit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that game one was really weird. And I think he just made one mistake there when he didn't... I think he killed my Chewie or something like that with his with the Internet Warrior instead of waiting until Han flips, because then I was able to kill that Internet Warrior, and then I think he ended up trading with something with his Anakin, and I was able to get rid of that Anakin as well with my Han Solo then, because then it cleanly ambushes and stays alive.
Yeah.
So really strange game one, but somehow I managed to get it. And then in game two, I think Yuan didn't have the best draws from what I remember, because he did jam me there, but I just was able to Enfys clear his Anakin leader, survive, because it had no damage on base. And yeah, then I just kept dropping all of the bombs because my Han Solo leader was still alive and able to take it down. And then we went into the slog versus Niklas, which is I was telling Jonah about this when we joined first. Like, this is, I think, one of the opportunity for improvement for me, because when I looked back at the video, I spent basically how much more time I used, I think, in that game than Niklas did. So yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if he had asked Matthias to make me hurry up. But the problem is, when you have a tech and you have a hand and you need to do all the math. If I play this, how much do I have left? And then if I play this, how much? It's like all of these damn combinations. So tech really makes this more complicated than it should be. And I don't like playing these games, to be honest, that go over like 10 to 12 resources anyway. Then it's just very, and at this point we're both like really tired when we were checking like the deck lists of each other. Like both Niklas and I were saying like, oh my God, I'm not going to remember any of this. Like, why are we even looking at this? Like, and then when we were sideboarding, I was like, oh my God, what the hell was in your sideboard? I don't even remember. Like, what are you going to take in? And we had, as usual, like, we are good friends, and we had some nice banter there. So I don't know, by some magic I managed to get game one, even like without the home ones that are in my sideboard. And I thought like I should have a decent chance with the home ones after the sideboard, but that's actually much better for the Kira matchup than the I'm gonna mill you out Aiden matchup, which has like 5 board resets, etc. Right? So I was thinking at some point that like I should be able to take that game too, But my Hail Mary in the end, when I noticed how low my deck is becoming of home 1 into Kelleran into something else, was just answered by a board wipe. And I think at that point I should have probably given up and we should have started game 3 then. But he was already like on so much damage on his base. So I hoped like if I can stick a Chewie now and a gun and in 2 rounds, maybe he's dead. But he just no glory that Chewie. And I think then we went into the third game, which we had to play really fast because not much time was actually left on the clock. And we went through it, and I really had, I would say, the luck of the cards on my side in that one.
You had a really great Chewie there.
Yeah, to stop the reset.
Yeah, because we're approaching 8 resources. He's going to blast, take out everything you developed after the flip, but then the Chewie is going to stick and just do so much.
Yeah, and Niklas saw like he was already on so much damage, and like I have Surprise Strike, I have Blaster, like it's 2 hits with the Chewie and he's dead. And I had actually, I think it was a U-wing in my hand after his Super Laser Blast, so I could refill the board. So Chewie sticks and other stuff is still there. So even if he no glory Chewie is then the other stuff will kill him. So exactly. he knew that it's over, I think.
Yeah.
And at that point, we spent basically all of the time, and the other match was already done for a while, And now comes my serenade to Tim for taking out both the Han 2 Blues in his top 8 run, right? I have to mention my BFF Tim that cleared the way to the finals for me, and also have to say sorry to him because he got to meet his counter matchup, I would say, in the Han 1 green against the Poe, because if he starts air, he's just so much behind with all of the stuff that I can do to remove his first turn unit, and then he's really behind. So that's basically, I don't think that the finals was that strange. I heard from the streamers that they thought maybe Tim will start ground in game 2 if he can, try to get what do you call it, Saber on a ground unit, but I'm not really sure that would have helped him much either. It's just like how the matchups line up, right? So yeah. And then after it was done, I still couldn't believe that I had won, so I needed like a moment to gather myself, because when I saw that it's like 2 Han 2 Blues in the top 8 and all of this like hard control, which is not an easy matchup at all. So I was actually quite surprised myself that like I managed to win.
Yeah,
and the fact you snuck into top 8, just through strength of schedule, and
I have
all of that.
Really good video actually. I was taking some pictures and videos when Matthias was announcing the top cut, and I have one where he's announcing, and the 8th spot goes to, and then I pan over to you, and you look so happy. If you don't mind, I can post it on the Discord.
Of course. No, I was really happy because everybody was telling me, oh, it should be you. You have the best SOS. But I'm like, I'm not going to get my hopes up until the algorithm calculates everything, and one lesson I forgot to mention actually from the Stockholm PQ at Alpha Spell that we played like all the way back in set, what is it now, 3, right? Is that I really learned from that tournament that you shouldn't put a lot of pressure on yourself, because at that point I was really performing well, like winning store showdowns, winning locals, like everything was kind of lining up for me with the Han Yellow. And then I got like similar what you said, Jonah, like the start where you go 0-2, like you get the counter matchup in the first game, and then that shakes your confidence, and then the second game you make some mistakes and you lose it, and then like because it's a tournament, it was only 6 rounds, so I knew I was out, so I was just playing for fun. In the end I went like 3-3, I think, or something like that. But I think it was like all of the pressure that I put myself in that first round, when you know that you get the counter matchup in the first round, and we played like the first game for like half an hour or something like that, and then you have to play fast. So I really like what I did this time, and it was much more chill. And like even though I lost against Adam, I said doesn't matter. like I'm going to do my best going forward, but even if like I don't get into top 8, it's okay. So I think more or less like this kind of mindset change is what helped me, get through this tournament.
It's a good lesson.
I was very grateful that you at least beat Johan as well, because he was my lift home and I was absolutely exhausted. Because it was interesting on the way up from Vanderbilt in the morning. We were talking about now. He's like, "Oh, no, it's not going to happen. I can't reach top 8." I was like, and I was just like quiet hope that I felt a little bit more prepared that maybe I'd do a surprise. And then I was like, "Yeah, no, yeah, I won again. I won again. Yeah, I won again. I won again."
King of Swiss.
Like, King of Swiss. And I'm just like, and you thought you weren't going to? Like, I don't know. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that was incredibly done. Really well played.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On Saturday.
Cool. Really cool to hear all the details you remembered also from the games. But now maybe before we end the episode, we can look forward. Do you think Han, you're going to stick with Han for the new set?
So the new set is very far away from me, actually, because the first thing on the sites is the Munich sectors, which is happening in 2 weeks' time. So now the real question is, to take Han 1 green there or what to take. So let's see. I don't think I have that much time like to prep as like some of the other people have. So I think that's the same kind of logic that I used when I picked this deck for this tournament as well. Just like, that it's not in the best place in the meta, so you have to hope a bit more than stuff is gonna fall your way when it comes to the matchups. But I like the thing with this deck is basically I don't feel like any matchup is unwinnable. Whereas like with some aggro decks that you play, they cannot, after a certain amount of resources, they just know that they have lost the game and they basically go next. So probably sticking with Han 1 green for Munich as well.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to follow your progress from all of our screens.
Absolutely.
And possibly I won't be the only one repping Han 1 green there. I'm not gonna out people, but I've been talking to some people that wanted to run Han 1 green in Munich. So let's see.
Give how do you pronounce it? Anomadrix. Anomandarix.
Anomandarix.
A message on the Discord if you need some Han green tips.
All
right, but I think that's what we have time for today. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
You're very, very welcome. Always good to hear the story of a winning run. So it was nice to just sit and listen, and really well done. And just it's the fun of playing a deck that you just know backwards out of. It makes all the difference, even if it's not meta, even if it's not the best deck. Then
and congrats to you as well, Jason. You had a pretty nice run, as you said, your best up till now. So well done.
Oh yeah, thank you. Really, appreciate that. There's onwards and upwards now. Hopefully for the next one.
Thanks for joining us, Filip. It's nice getting to know you a bit more, and hopefully we'll hear more of your voice in the future.
I can't wait to see you guys again. It's always nice to, when we meet like in real life, let's call it like that, and to share experiences together.
Awesome.
All right, then may the force be with you, and see you in the next one.
See you guys.